that provided us charged us around that much, a little over, but we'll use that round figure. A year after, unfortunately, as I said, this was built in 1970, this building was built in 1974, and nothing was done with the roof. So 4 or 5 tenants were very patient with us. They somehow felt we didn't have all the money to have the roof repaired. Again, we had to go through several people because we want to make sure we have the best, the cheapest, and the most reliable company who could give us the best roof in town. We don't just go for anybody because we didn't have the dough. When you don't have the dough, you are careful. We have another big expense because each of the units, how do you call that, Mr. Arena? Where are you? And Felino?
Fan coil unit.
Fan coil units.
Yeah.
It has nothing, well, it is related, but needs to be repaired for all units. There's about 25 of them in this building. And each one may cost $5,000 to $10,000. The biggest expense, of course, is the one which is in the ERC or the government office. Because that is a separate system unto itself. They cost us another $30,000. But each of those units, they were never. It was never changed. None of those units was changed since it was installed or built. This building built. Yes, Miss Jones.
What kind of unit is it, Linda?
It's both.
It's a fan coil unit which produces the heating and cooling.
Oh, okay.
Just like your house, you have evaporator inside your house, you know where the,
Yeah.
and then you have the outside too,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is the fan, that's it.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so it will have to be changed. And there are 25 or so units in this building, which will cost about $5,000 to $10,000 each, depending on the size. And what kills everyone, of course, is the labor. You pay $5,000 for the materials, however, you pay $75 for the labor. If you don't want it, you can just freeze in the cold and dry up in the summer. And also, we didn't have the money for any legal expense. The application for injunction, unfortunately, which was brought on to FCT by Dr. Portugal, Camilla Jones, and Edgar Adan, cost us a little over $400,000. Adding all of that, that is already $700,000. Ladies and gentlemen, the original mortgage was $650,000. I have a board who really is very conscious in the spending money that we have for the Filipino Center. If you look at the center now, I know most of you are proud how clean it is, proud that there is such a thing as Filipino Center in the heart of Toronto. However, it cannot be like this without spending any money. And that's how come we have the mortgage going up instead of coming down. However, one good thing about spending that money, the equity on this building, your building, ladies and gentlemen, has also risen. And it is to the credit of some of the volunteers in this building that even if the mortgage is going up, the equity in the building has really gone up too. Any other questions?
You mentioned that you spent 400,000 on the legal cost, right? Of
Yes.
that 400,000, how many litigations FCT had from when was that, 2005 up to now? And out of that legal litigations, how many have been settled and how many are still outstanding?
Okay. Mr. Longinis, that 400,000 is only for the first litigation, which was the application for injunction. Okay?
That answers your question.
Answered it? However, there are, I think, 3 litigations, and one is hopefully winding up. Okay? Thank you very much. Unless there are other questions.
Yes.
So it doesn't impact the mortgage payable, because mortgage payable is payable by cash. The deficit is caused by the depreciation of the asset.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just talking about the increase in the mortgage payable from the 650,000 to the current state that it is right now. Yeah, yeah.
Somebody gave me a note, excuse me. Also during the, from the time we bought the building, we needed another 150,000, if some of you remember, to be a part of the down payment. So what we did is we borrowed from everybody who will lend us the money, 150,000. We also had borrowed from one of the tenants, 100,000.
No, no.
Yeah.
I mean,
Linda, if I recall, the board loaned the majority of the money, right? The board of directors. And then Phi Action, I think, loaned us
no, pharmacy.
No.
the pharmacy.
No, my dear.
Pharmacy. The pharmacy
Yes.
loaned us 100,000. That's
Yeah.
right.
Right, which was
Now it
deducted
came
from
back.
their
Okay,
rent.
sorry. It's
A
a long
method
time.
of how we have gone through a bit. However, look around you, and we are the only organization that has a building, and the equity is really going up. Thank you.
Aside from the mortgage, is there any liabilities
Can you
to
identify yourself,
directors?
please? For the record.
Zaki Portugal. I just noted that only the mortgage is one of the liabilities of mortgage payable. But I want to know if there are any other liabilities incurred from anybody, any personal loans that the FCP has assumed.
Right now, we have no personal loans against anybody, Dr. Portugal. However, you may want to know that the IOUs are there, because Wendy is not paid fully, and Felino Javier is not paid fully, because who will accept a job? And the offer is this: we pay you when we have the money. Nobody. So we are really mostly riding on the good heart of people, because we want to have a Filipino center in Toronto.
Any other question?
That till the end when we get our hard copy, because when you sit back here, it's kind of hard to see.
Do we have the hard copy ready? Why don't we just distribute that to the members? Let's get that done, please.
If I have enough copy because our copying machine is going for board members, just board members don't get your copies. Because our copying machine is going for.
Yeah, and while that's being done, let me just say thank you once again to Luna Vince for presenting the financial report. Roman Chu, yes, please. Roman Chu was actually on his way out of town on a planned trip and could not be with us tonight, and so Luna Vince had to pinch hit tonight. So thank you, Luna, once again for your work there. All right. So who else is missing the financial report hard copy? Just give you a minute to do that.